I think I wanted just I had no choice. I had no choice to talk about this Kanye West situation. And a lot of people might get upset about what I'm saying, but I don't think a lot of people understand what choice is. I remember I took a vacation to the Bahamas, and they told us a story of the I forgot the name of the group. Ass Walk. I forgot the name of the group of black people that I think I don't know with the Spanish. I don't know who came in there, but they tried to enslave them. And instead of being slaves, most of them died. Well, most of them killed themselves or died fighting because they had a choice. Now, what a lot of you don't understand, I think a lot of you don't understand the definition of what choice is all about. Choice itself consists of the mental process of judging the merits of multiple options and selecting one or more of them. So there's a choice. While the choice can be made between options, often a choice is made between real options and followed by the corresponding action. What does that mean? What it means is when you wake up in the morning, you have what is called a choice. You can get out of bed or you can stay in bed. That is your choice. Because a choice, regardless of what someone is forcing you to do, the last and final decision that is made only by that person is the choice that he or she makes. What do I mean by that? I nor anybody, not even Kanye West, can explain what has happened to or what happened in Africa. We know that it was our own people that fucking stabbed us in the goddamn back. We know that as a fact. But are you telling me that what Kanye is saying, and I'm just only guessing what he's saying about the choice here, is while you were on land and before you got on the boat, did or did you not have an option? There were two options. One was to live, get on the boat, live, be enslaved, beaten, mutilated, lynched. Or did you have another option of saying, no, I will not get on that boat and I will die for my principles and my beliefs? A lot of people are angry right now because a lot of people, when you have this plantation thinking where you don't see the world for what it is, you want to see it for what you want it to be. It's quite upsetting when you hear somebody tell you an honest truth. Because if you don't think you have options and choices, then you are more of the problem than the solution. If we look at the black on black crime in Chicago, those young kids have a choice. Are we trying to say they don't have a choice? That's the question that we want to ask. You have choice, but it upsets you when you play a victim role because you think and you feel like you don't. And most victims don't have choices because they limit their beliefs and they limit their thoughts. So if you take a moment and get out of your own way and just do the thing that most of you don't do, and that is think for a second and ask yourself the question, what is choice? Choice means that you have two, maybe three, or you have an infinite amount of options, but it is more than one option. And if you feel like the only choice that those men and women had, then, and to get on that boat, then you are more of the problem than solution. Now, don't get me wrong. Shit, I'm glad they got on the boat because I would be I would be here if they didn't get on the boat. They got on the boat. I'm here. I'm American. I'm good with that. But what I'm saying for anybody else, Kanye West is not wrong here. What's wrong here is the closed minded individuals that won't take a step back and see the world for what it is. They will see the world for what it could be, but they will not see the world for what it is. Because just like watching this, you have a choice to like it or not like it. But at the end of the day, you have a choice. Our ancestors had a choice. One of the worst things Killmonger said, I'm a huge Killmonger fan, that he said he wants to die in the ocean like his ancestors. That's not true. Because all of his ancestors died in the ocean. So how could they have families? How can they go on? But a lot of you guys are so far in the fucking forest that you cannot see choice. Every day you wake up, you have a choice. You can stay home and cry and be a victim and blame everybody else in the world for all of your problems, or you can have a choice of accepting the responsibility that most of y'all don't want to do. You have choices. But in this situation, you can't get mad at Kanye West. You can't sit there and say, well, this is happening and that's happening and poor me. And that's not true. We didn't have a choice. You have an option and a choice with just about everything. The question that you need to ask yourself is that if you want to be on your land and you don't want to be taken from your land, do you fight to stay on your land and willing to die fighting because your principles are so high on what you want to do? Or do you want to submit, give in, apologize because that means I can live longer because I don't stand for anything. I'll just let life happen to me and then blame everybody else afterwards. Sorry, people, on this one. Kanye West is not wrong at all. And if you are mad at Kanye West for this shit, you might need to look at the mirror and see that you might be more the problem than the solution. Get off that fucking Democratic plantation. Wake the fuck up. You have choices.